Hi, my maths group. Unbelievable. Friday already. More unbelievable. It's our last maths video for this term. Hasn't it gone quickly? Hope you've been enjoying them. Hope they've been useful for you as well. Now, today's arithmetic is all about using a written formal method of division and with the remainder presented it as a decimal. So all the questions you're going to be doing in your arithmetic starter today are division questions which will leave you a remainder. And we are putting that remainder as a decimal. Now, there's different things that you can do with that remainder. You could just leave it as a remainder. You could put it as a fraction. But for today, we are going to be looking at putting it as a decimal. So let's just remind ourselves how we do that. We'll work together to do this one on the board. You'll then have a look at the next slide and have a go at your own before us going through it together. And then you'll be getting on and having a go at some of them in your arithmetic starter. So the first question, 3,230 divided by 9. Well, we're going to use our written method. So we know that 9 is our divisor and 3,230 is what 9's being divided into. Now remember, children, when we lay out our number in the bus stop, leave a square in between each one. That just means that if you're exchanging any of those numbers, you can clearly see that you've exchanged it. Right. Then we just start with the 9, and we think, how many times does 9 go into 3? Well, that goes into it 0 times. So we need to now exchange the 3 in front of the 2. So this now becomes 32. Well, how many 9s go into 32? So you need to use your multiplication facts of how many that is. Well, we know that 9 times 3 is 27. So 9 goes into 30 3 times. But how many remainder have we got? Well, we've used 27 and we need to get to 32. So we add 3 onto that, that is 30. Add another 2 onto that, that is 32. So our remainder there is 5, and we exchange that in front of the 3 10s. Okay. Now we need to think, well, how many 9s go into 53? Well, because I've already written my multiplication fact, 9 times 3 is 27. If I add another 9 onto this, I get to 36. So that would be 4 times 9. Oh, well, it looks as though we can add another lot of 9 on, which would then be 45, which is 5 lots of 9. If you use your multiplication facts and you thought, well, 10 lots of 9 are 90, if I half that, I would get 5 lots of 9, which are 45. If I added on another 9 to that, I would get 54, and that's too many. So how many 9s in 53? Well, that is 5. What is my remainder? Well, my remainder is 8. Okay. Now we're working out, well, how many 9s in 80? Now, some of you may know this already, right? But we can use our multiplication facts on the right-hand side to help us out. Well, I can see if 9 times 4 is 36. If I doubled that, I would then get 8 times 9. Right? What is 8 times 9? Well, I just doubled 36. So that would be 72. Now, some of you may have known, well, I know 9 times 9 is 81, and that's too many. And that's brilliant if you knew that. That's good multiplication facts. Right? If you're not too sure, use those multiplication facts that we've done beforehand. So, how many 9s in 80? Well, that is 8. What's our remainder? Now, I'm just going to write our remainder down here. Well, our remainder is also 8. So, I'm just going to change my colour pen because this is where we then change it to a decimal. Because it's a decimal number, I know that this is my ones column. So, our decimal point needs to go over here. My remainder is 8, so I write my 8 in here, and I need my place value holder of 0. Now again, I'm doing the same calculation. How many 9s in 80? Well, I know that that is 8 as well. What remainder have I got? Well, I've got 8 again, haven't I? So I put my 8 here, I put my place value holder here, and I do the same. How many 9s in 80? Well, that is 8. Now, what you may have noticed is that is going to be recurring. So for the purpose of these questions that you're going to be doing today, just do the remainder as a decimal up to 2 decimal places. Sometimes it will only go to 1 decimal place, and that's absolutely fine. But don't go any further than 2 decimal places, because some of the questions may keep on recurring. Children, it's your go now. 7,774 divided by 5. Pause the video, have a go at doing those questions, and then unpause the video and work together to work out what the answer is. Right, children, well done for having a go. So let's have a look then. We have got 5 as our divisor, and then we're putting 7,774 into the bus stop. And well done if you remember to leave that gap, because any exchanging we do, we can clearly see that that has happened. So we start right at the beginning. How many 5s go into 7? Well, we know that that is 1. And then what remainder have we got? Well, we've got 2. So our 2 goes in front, we exchange it in front of the 700s. How many 5s in 27? Well, we know 5 5s are 25, so it's 5, and we have got remainder 2 again. Now you're doing the same calculation as before. How many 5s in 27? Well, 5 5s are 25, and then we've got this remainder 2 again. How many 5s in 24 this time? Well, we know that 4 lots of 5 are 20. Now we've got this remainder, and again, I'm going to just write it down here. What's our remainder? Well, our remainder is 4. What do we do with this now? I'm just going to change my colour pen again, and then continue our bus stop along. So we've got this remainder 4, which we need to change into a decimal. First thing we need to do is put our decimal points in, because we're now going into the tenths column. We could put our place value holder in, and this remainder 4 could go in front of that place value holder. So effectively, we're trying to think how many 5 goes into 40 tenths. Well, that we know. How many 5s into 40 should be 8. Now, what you may have realised there is that there's no remainder. Now, like I said, sometimes when we do a division question with a remainder, we may just get it to 1 decimal place. And that is absolutely fine. Trust your calculation, double check your calculation so you are sure that that's correct. Well done if you got that right. Again, if you need to watch a video before having a go at all the arithmetic questions for today, please do so. Now, one example of the question, which you can see highlighted, is 8,288 divided by 3. Now, I think there's about 5 different division questions, all with a remainder. Don't forget, any remainder, just do it to 2 decimal places. Don't do it any further. Right, well done for today, children. Well done for the whole term. Super proud of your efforts. Enjoy today's maths lesson. Enjoy your week off. I look forward to providing more videos in our first week back of term 4. Keep up the great work that you're doing. Have a super break, and I look forward to seeing you the first week back. Bye, everyone.